lost another mic. Hello, Mike.
Well, hey there, Mr. Easton.
If that is your real name.
Today it is.
Welcome to WATCHLIST, the show where we talk about movies and television and anything you can watch, essentially.
It's my favorite thing.
Imagine this as you're scrolling through your favorite streaming service and you have your little playlist, but it's from us. We've got some gold prepped for you today, I think.
Been down in the mines, I've dug up some gold.
We've got about 3 per, I think.
I'm sorry. I think it's gonna be 4 for me. I've been trying to whittle it down, and I can't cut one out.
I'm gonna start us off with our first recommendation, and this is one that I actually haven't seen yet, but I learned of it, and I cannot wait to watch it. I am in utter shock that I had no idea Cowboy Bebop The Movie existed. Released in 2001.
Wait, we're talking an animated movie?
Yeah, it's the same animation style and everything.
Oh, snaps, okay.
But it's an hour and 55 minutes, and it's Cowboy Bebop. I saw a scene like on an Instagram reel or a short from the film, and I couldn't believe that I had no idea that this existed. So I am going to be watching that as soon as I possibly can. However, it apparently is incredibly difficult to watch because it doesn't stream anywhere. Unless
that's what I was waiting for.
The real only way to watch it is
pirating. No,
you wouldn't download a Cowboy Bebop,
but I would steal a song.
Does Napster still exist?
No, they are gone. They are long gone. LimeWire's still watching.
The only real way to watch it legally is to buy a physical copy, and I haven't even started looking. But I cannot wait to watch it. I love Cowboy Bebop. I think it's such an amazing story. Yeah, that's my number one, and I've heard it's very good, and you should, if you track down any DVD copies or if you have an extra one that you don't want, feel
210 North 10th Street, Boise, Idaho, 83602, 83702.
Send it our way.
All right. I've been trying to decide what my first recommendation is, and I think I'm going to go with the one that I unfortunately did the most emotional damage. I just finished watching X-Men 97. I won't spoil anything. I will not spoil. That's the worst thing you can do for a recommendation. However, I will say it is an amazing continuation of that animated series. I grew up on X-Men. That was like one of the first real comic heavy things that I got really invested into. And this is such a in-tone continuation that it literally feels like all the same pacing, but the one thing that they have maybe expanded a little more on is they've realized that their main audience has aged about 20 to 30 years, so they're not pulling the punches anymore. The reason, and this show's been out for a while, I think I stopped like maybe 4 or 5 episodes in because it was so traumatic that I was like, I need a minute, and then I'll come back to this. The only spoiler this is a little bit of a spoiler. It does end on a to be continued.
Oh!
There will be a season 2!
Like all great works of art.
Yes.
This whole time, I must admit, I've been sitting here trying to figure out, was there an episode of the original, the 90s series that had Spider-Man in it? I can't remember.
They did so many weird crossovers in that. I think they may have. I think they may have.
I will tell this. When I was still a fairly young fellow, Netflix was a brand new thing at this point, and we had ordered a Spider
DVD delivery. Okay,
for all,
old school.
For
Netflix.
all of those that have either blocked
OG Netflix.
For all of those who may have blocked this either out of their mind or are just way too young to remember this, Netflix used to be a service to which you would order a DVD, a physical disc, and they would send it in the mail, and you would watch it, and then you'd send the disc back.
After you put it into your DVD ripping device and copied it onto your hard drive.
I kept ordering this Spider-Man DVD, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't the X-Men, but it was it was like a crossover episode collection of the animated Spider-Man from the 90s.
Okay.
I don't remember what the hell it was, but I do remember that it showed up to the house cracked in half.
Oh,
I was very, very upset, and then we sent it back and ordered a new disc. And they sent the same one back.
Try it again.
Yeah.
Turn it off and on again.
And it was one of the most infuriating things to experience as a 6-year-old.
Well, but did you try
maybe
putting
even older, but
did you try putting it in your DVD player?
No.
Well, why didn't they sent it back to you? You should have tried.
Is there a significant increase in quality with the new series or
the writing is matured. The quality in the original show I would have never I would not split any hairs on that. It was beautiful. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
This improvement is essentially a meat and potatoes improvement. You know, we're not playing with kiddie stuff anymore.
Okay.
There is very serious things happening there. And I mean, more importantly, X-Men were never subtle about this in the original show. Never subtle about the fact that this is all just allegory for, maybe trying to do better by underserved populations. I don't know. They are way more on the nose about it in this newest series. I don't want to spoil anything, but more than a few tears were shed. What's your next recommendation?
All right, so my next one, last week I mentioned that I had finally taken on watching Twin Peaks.
Oh, okay.
I finished season 1 and 2 last week, and Fire Walk with Me, which is the movie.
That's the movie, right. Okay.
That's the movie that's a prequel, but kind of not, because it's very non-Euclidean, non-linear timeline stuff. I will not say any more than that. That if you are familiar with David Lynch and
I was just going to say, it's David Lynch.
It's yeah. But I actually got through part 3, season 3, also known as The Return.
Okay.
Pretty much, I've one very specific episode that I want to touch on, or part, as they kind of call them in that season. But season 3 is probably one of my favorite things ever made. I really, really loved the first and second season. The story has grown a little bit darker, and it's beautiful. It's a masterpiece, and it's something that has returned from an older series, which I'm sure nobody's a stranger to now, with a lot of the things from the 80s and 90s coming back.
Good old resurgence.
Reboots, such.
Yeah, I stupidly tried to watch the reboot, or the
Return.
The Return. Yeah. And was very confused, because I stupidly thought that it was a remake. Yeah, no.
No way.
Nope.
No way.
Watched 2 episodes and was like, none of this makes any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait to rewatch it, to dig into it a little bit more, because I sped through it because I was on to be completely honest, I was on a free trial for 7 days with a particular streaming service that carries season 3, and I just needed to rush through it. But I would highly, highly recommend all of it, getting through, because at first it is incredibly hard to follow. And even with knowing the lore and all that stuff, it is kind of, where the hell is this going? And then it eventually sort of picks up, and that's, again, all I will say. But part 8 out of 18 is potentially one of the best things I've ever seen, ever. Television, film, it's
ever.
It is
even compared to the Star Wars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's one of those things where duality of my creative sensibilities, where I like, this is more on the surrealist sort of scary side of things. Part 8 is like a fever dream, and I loved every moment of it, and I can't wait, if you haven't seen it yet, to get there.
I'm excited to go back and try this again.
You're gonna have to start from the beginning.
Oh, though. I know. I'm not gonna make the same mistake twice.
But yeah, I am now complete, technically, with all of the Twin Peaks things, and I had to document my journey here since I mentioned it last week, but it's already I think time to dig in again to see. It's incredible.
Really?
There's a lot of crevices and mysteries to sort of dig into a little bit more. What else you got for us?
So you know how I said before, I've been down in the mines and I brought up gold.
Yes.
This is not gold. This is okay. Well, it's relative. To some people, it's gold. I'm gonna be frank. It's kind of mindless TV. I'm being really, really honest with myself here. It is a little bit garbage TV. But God, it's good garbage.
What? Garbage.
Oh, it's good garbage.
What is it? I'm waiting with bated breath.
I've been trying to get through Supernatural again, for like the 10th time.
Yeah.
To be fair, it is. It's old. It's old. It's really old. Every single time I stop at about season 7 or 8, this is the time. I'm gonna do it this time. I'm gonna get through.
Have you gotten all the way through before?
No, never. That's why I'm excited to talk about this.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, no. I'm excited to do this. If anyone's seen it, you'll know what I mean. The Leviathans. Every damn time, the Leviathans. I get to them, and I'm like, yeah, no, you lost me at Borax. Yeah, see? You're lost.
I'm lost.
Yeah. But I'm very excited to get back into this, get through that just
grimy
dismal
underbelly.
It's a really dismal plane. It's a very dismal plane. However, it's always, I mean, I've rewatched the same 6 seasons probably a dozen times now. It's always nice to revisit with my boys. It's campy. It's just barely above B.
Yeah.
It's meant to be laughed at. It's silly. It's so good though. It's so good.
I have never really gotten anywhere with it, and I don't think I can.
It's a lot, man. I just last night realized it's 15 seasons.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's a commitment. It's background noise for right now. But it's good background noise.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair. You'll have to update us when
I finish. I'm doing it this time. I'm not giving up.
We'll hold him to it.
This is me putting my hand to the fire. Like, I have to do it now.
This is your accountability buddy.
That's my accountability buddy. Thank you, guys.
15-step program. All right, I got
what's your next one?
One final recommendation for you.
Okay.
I've got a rewatch, another about to watch, because I haven't really had time to do anything other than edit the first week of the variety show segments this week. So I am going to plan to rewatch here in the next few days something that has been on my list for a couple of weeks now, I rewatched several of the Monty Python films and got back into the Flying Circus episodes. The one that I have seen the least out of all of them, I have seen Life of Brian 1,000 times. I've seen The Holy Grail 10 times. A bunch, but not nearly as much. And then The Meaning of Life, I've only seen once.
Oh.
And I know I have done this very specifically. I've done this for a reason.
Every sperm is sacred. Oh, that movie's so good. It's so good.
It's so good, and it's another one of those things that just kind of like lends itself to the sensibilities of my brain, the like tendrils of surrealness and fantasy, and I've just like several times have been like, I would like to watch this, but then I go, not yet.
Not ready.
This is
gotta let it simmer.
This is a wine. This is a bone broth. Gotta let it cook down. Wait until I know the moment's right, and it's now. I cannot wait to get back on to that, and I would highly recommend everybody watch all of the Monty Python movies, but maybe watch the Meaning of Life with me, and we'll
and maybe you'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out.
You'll figure out what that meaning is.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. Okie dokie.
All right.
Last but not least.
All right.
Wait, is this number 2 or number 3?
This is number 3. And I said 4, but I'm gonna pick now. All right. Just recently finished a rewatch of a true animated classic. Some just golden 90s nostalgia / early 2000s.
Okay.
Just did a rewatch of King of the Hill.
Oh.
Yeah. Now, the reason being is, and this is why I chose that I should talk about this one.
Yeah.
Is because me, like many another human being, has decided that we need to rewatch King of the Hill in preparation for the sequel, the series, the Return of the Hill. There is going to be a continuation. And the best part, this is the part that I'm still flabbergasted by, is it's Mike Judge. It's still Mike Judge doing this.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty tough to do it without him.
Well, I mean, yeah, he voices so much of it, but more importantly, it's his writing, it's him, it's his creative
behind
work.
the
yes,
wheel.
And I think that would have been the biggest concern for anyone else. It's like,
I guess I'm not terribly surprised because they brought back Beavis and Butthead.
I know, yeah, they did the Do the Universe or whatever, and that was decent. It felt like it was still the same tone, and not to beat up on Beavis and Butthead, it hasn't changed. They did great. Again, that's not one of those movies that I'm like rewatching every week, but yeah, delightful. The part that I'm truly worried about is. This is a continuation, and it's aged, so it's caught up. Like, it's 30 years down the line.
No,
Bobby's an adult, and
where are our characters gonna be?
I'm really worried about my boy. Like, dude, these years have been rough on me. I wonder where the heck's he at.
Hopefully, he's doing all right, but
we'll find out. And you know what? Maybe we find out together. I'm just worried. Like, maybe he and Connie are married. Maybe they're not. Maybe that didn't work out. What's going on with Joseph? Are Bobby and Joseph still friends? No, we'll find out.
That's one of those that I've never actually finished either. I've seen episodes. Oh, yeah. I have not ever I can't even really say that I've seen too much of the series.
The weirdest part is like when I was a kid, I wasn't like hugely into that show. Just randomly one time for my birthday, somebody gave me a box set of it, and it wasn't even the first season. Nice. It was like the second or third season. But I must have rewatched that so many times. By the time I was like done with it, I'm like, oh, no, I like this show now. This is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be patiently awaiting the word back on this new series. I had no idea.
I'll keep you tuned.
But Mike Judge is pretty funny.
Oh, dude. Yeah, hilarious.
Yeah.
Coincidentally, I just stumbled across a different show that he's actually a voice actor on. And it was the weirdest moment, because, like, I'm sitting here watching it, and I'm like, that boss sounds like Hank.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, it was old Mr. Judge. But yeah, that's my 3.
That's just about all that we have planned for this week, I think.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and stay tuned. It's a busy signal.
You know, that needs a cord.
No. This is one of those new internet phones. Talks to the internet.
Yes.
Alright, so anyways, I think that's about it for this week. Leave some of your favorite things to watch in the comments. What should we be watching? What should other people be watching? Have you seen some of the things that we've recommended this week? If so, let us know, and let us know what you think.
Only if you agree with it. I'm just kidding. Even if you disagree.
No. That was a good rule.
Only if you agree. Yes. Alright, guys.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video, okay?
See you later.